Barnes. I want to stay on this thing and bring in our contributor for the hour, joined now by J. Stryker Asset Management President Todd Schoenberger. Todd, we've kind of known this. I mean, I'm glad the Fed has officially crunched the numbers, but everyone knows this. This has been happening. What does it mean, though? How does it play out in real life?
Well, a couple of reasons. One, I mean, you talked about the average hourly wages. I mean, we're up a little bit, but realistically, I mean, this number has been down if you look at the year-over-year numbers. So the people that are working are just not making as much money as they probably did maybe 5 years ago on a linear basis when you start looking at history. However, for your viewers, what they need to keep in mind is that there's a lot of sentiment readings that are out there that right now are showing that there is optimism out there, but it's based on what's going on with the stock market. So when you look at the household balance sheet and the amount of debt that the American household is taking on right now, I mean, this is a crippling moment for America, and you start thinking about the rest of the year, what it bodes.
Fewer people now believe that they're middle class than just right after the Great Recession officially ended. Is that because after years and years and years, they finally have given up hope on the idea that this is going to turn around? I think there's a number out there, something over 70% of adults believe that their kids will not have a better life than them. Now, that's always been the American promise, that your kids will do better than you did.
Well, there's no optimism right now. I mean, that's the thing. It used to be that you would have that ability to hope, and you know that what the prospects for a greater future are going to be. We just don't see it right now. I mean, if you look back at when Jimmy Carter was president, there was just the misery index. So people were just miserable. And what's really keeping this misery index currently at a probably a more comfortable level is only because inflation numbers are down. If inflation starts going up, and then what we see in the job market, people are going to feel absolutely miserable, especially the stock market begins to drop, then you're really going to have a dire consequence.
There's one part of this conversation that Peter alluded to that you don't hear often, and that's a new reality in this country, a new reality around the world about a knowledge-based economy. I mean, is it realistic to even expect that there are going to be these kind of high-paying jobs for low skills anymore? I mean, those are going away and they won't come back.
Well, I think what we saw actually over the last 20, 25 years, you really started to see obviously we hear about this wealth gap that's happening, but you really have what I would say two classes right now. You have an upper class and a lower class. It's very difficult for a middle class American right now to feel any sense of comfort. I mean, you start thinking about just simple things as far as inflation with shelter, with food. I mean, food inflation continues to rise. Obviously, keeping the house warm during the winter, those costs continue to rise. So that really takes into an impact into really that whole debt-to-income ratio for Americans right now. So household level can be
Before we switch here, you talked about hope. Is there a chance, because even in dire situations in the past, people always believed, hey, this is America, it will get better. Do you think that the political arena, where most of our concerns are now zeroed in on, maybe a major shift in D.C. could be the spark to get us back or to renew that enthusiasm?
Well, I think for your viewers, they would be naive to think that, and I'll tell you why. Because realistically, the GOP is going to take control of the Senate. We'll probably have 51 to 53 seats when it's all said and done after the midterm. So, but going back in history, the last time you had a Democrat president with Republicans controlling Congress was back during Bill Clinton's era. That was a great time for the stock market. I think what you're going to see, if that happens now in November, you're just going to have a whole lot of inaction. Be good for the markets, but probably bad for long-term prognosis.
Of course, Clinton was really well known for moving to the middle after he heard the message from Middle America. Thanks, Todd.